Hey Amarillo. I'm Skylar Gallup, and you're listening to Hey Amarillo. It is the interview podcast featuring some of the most interesting people and stories of Amarillo, Texas. We record each week at the beautiful offices of Rosenbach Contractors. They are experts in high-end design and construction, creating stunning, functional spaces through both new builds and remodels. Today's guest is Elton Bradley. Elton lives in New Orleans now, working as a regional general manager to one of the largest security companies in the world. So, that's cool. But also he grew up on our city's north side. Elton founded and still runs a small operation you may have heard of, the Northside Toy Drive. Yeah, he has built something truly special that impacts thousands of families every year. And the way Elton talks about the Toy Drive's roots, how it grew, and at this point has almost taken on a life of its own, changing and responding to the needs of the community, is really remarkable. What I enjoy hearing from him, of course, is the why. And he shares it in a humble and gracious way. Here's Elton. All right, Elton Bradley, welcome to the Hey Amarillo podcast.
Wow, thanks for having me.
Excited to visit with you.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. This is all new to me, so.
Well, let's do it. It'll be painless, I promise.
All right, sounds good.
So we like to start from the beginning where people are from, and I'm actually catching you while you're in town because you no longer live here.
Right.
But you're from here, so
I am.
Yeah, talk about growing up in Amarillo.
Yep. So I grew up on the north side of town, right, right by Ross Rogers, actually. So grew up there. Went to Carver Elementary. Went to Sam Houston. Went to Amarillo High for a little bit. Graduated from Paladuro, and then I left, right. But just same as everybody else. Just from Amarillo, just a good place.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What did you want to do when you were coming up through school? What were your ideas for future Elton?
So I thought I was going to be an anesthesiologist, right? I thought I was going to do that. Then I thought I always wanted to be this businessman, right?
Okay.
And I didn't know what that entailed, but I just wanted to be a businessman.
Where did that come from? Was it seeing that around you or on TV, or where did...
Man, I saw it around me. I saw my dad and my mom. They were professionals. My uncles, and I used to watch a lot of movies, right? And just seeing how cool they were jumping out their sports cars, and I wanted to be like that. Yeah.
Nice. What did you do after you graduated from PD?
So I went to Prairie View for a little bit and got into architecture, and then I graduated from Sam Houston State. So went out there and just that's when I started experiencing with different businesses and parties and entertainments, and got into comedy shows, promoting those, meeting a lot of cool people, and and that's when the parties and stuff like that start happening.
Where were you living at that time?
I was in Huntsville, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was in Huntsville, Texas, and I got my taste for entertaining people, right? Start hooked up with like BET comics, Def Jam comics, and start bringing them back, and got into the club and jazz scene in Dallas, right? And start, that it was just fun, good times. Yeah.
Okay, so where did that come from? Were you like a funny kid? Was there, that's really interesting.
I wouldn't say I was a funny kid, right? I wouldn't say I was shy either, but I just liked a lot of people. My dad used to take me to the libraries, and at the library, they had a music section. And so you would go up back then, you get CDs and tapes and records, and got into like Jimi Hendrix and just live music. So I love live music, so I would listen to that. And that's how I just fell in love with music.
Love a public library, man.
Yep. So the one downtown, right across the street from the Civic Center, we used to go there probably once a week, and I would go into the record section and just listen to different music, and that was a thing. And then of course we grew up in church, so I always liked music and choirs, and that was truly probably my first love was music. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So you're in Huntsville, kind of doing some stuff in Dallas around entertainment. At that point, was that Was that kind of like the way that you were going to be the fancy businessman, or what was your
Oh
plan?
yeah, oh yeah. I thought I was gonna be this promoter, and others did too, right? And so we start throwing parties and on Sixth Street and all kinds of different places. But I just loved the lights and the music, and it was just yeah, that was the thing. I just fell in love with being around people and just shaping a room. Yeah, yeah, that was my love.
How old were you during that time?
I was probably 21. Yeah, I was 21.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, I thought I was. I thought I was. But yeah, it was cool, man. Just I was in college in Huntsville, and so I was finding a way to do things, right? So I was cutting hair out my dorm room and selling clothes, throwing parties, just having fun. Yeah, yeah, that was my thing.
Sounds like a fun college experience.
I had a ball.
Good, good. That's what it's for.
I had a ball.
As long as you get out and on the other side of it.
I did.
It's
I
all
did.
good.
I did. I did. Yeah, we had a ball, and I think in Huntsville, that's where I started my first company, right? Something, something, and we started throwing parties on Sixth Street during Texas Relays, and that's when it started.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you do after that? What closed that chapter, and what did you step into?
So I graduated from there. I was actually Juneteenth weekend. I was walking through a park. A guy by the name of Al Roberts. He stopped me. I never forget him. And he was like, "Man, you want to make this certain dollar amount?" And I was like, "Doing what?" And what do I have to do? Who do I have to kill, right? And he told me, and it was to work at Pantex in security. And at that time, I had graduated with my criminal justice degree, and I went and worked at a juvenile detention center. That wasn't for me. Went to a call center. That wasn't for me. And then I was walking through the park, and he introduced it to me. That's when, like, my true, like, the career happened. Like, it happened then. He turned me on.
That's funny. I don't think Pantex jobs just like walk up to most people. That's very lucky, or you
Yeah.
had good relationships or something.
Yeah, yeah. So we actually ran track against his son at Amarillo High. Grew up in the neighborhood. He knew me. I knew him. A family. Me and his daughter Allison were still close, still best friends. And it just kind of fell in my lap, right? Yeah, on Juneteenth weekend.
That's great.
And here I am on Juneteenth
Yeah,
weekend.
we're recording on Juneteenth,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
What was behind the criminal justice degree?
One, I was at Sam Houston. So my uncle.
It's Huntsville,
My
the prison
uncle,
system.
Prison City, right? And so my uncle actually went there, and I was like, man, it was the #1 criminal justice program in the nation. And so I said, well, if I'm gonna be here, I might as well do it. And so I did it. And my uncle actually, he attended there, and so I wanted to go where he went. Rest his soul, right? But he was the pioneer, and man, the chaplain of the Pentagon, the prayer room at the Pentagon is named after him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so kind of wanted to follow in those footsteps, and I was like the second generation. There's one more that just graduated, so we all went to Sam Houston.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yep.
And so that came in handy to then be positioned to go out to Pantex. How long did you work at Pantex, and did you, what was your kind of...
Yeah, so I worked at Pantex about a little over 11 years.
Oh, wow.
Started in security as a security officer there. Learned, went on to be what they call an ombudsman, right? A nuclear safety culture advocate. Was the middleman between from the yard crew to the plant manager, right, at the time. And I reported directly to her. And so that kind of opened my eyes to a world outside of security, right? Went on and got my business analyst stuff, right? Lean Six Sigma, start looking at operations, how to develop things, systems, trim the fat, and then talk to people, right? And so got put on some amazing platforms to be able to speak to people and learn how to speak, right? Fumbled a lot of presentations, right? And that's what shaped it. And then I left. Yeah.
So let me make sure I understand. You were advocating for like the safety for personnel.
No, so safety culture.
Okay,
right?
what is that?
So safety culture it's the premise behind business, right? Our mindset when we go in. Of course, safe, how we speak to each other, right? The culture of production, right? Connecting all of the different pieces, how the yard crew feeds into security and maintenance, to the engineers, to the PTs are out there, to plant management, to executive leadership, and making sure we all have this clear pathway of communication, to speak for the little man and also speak for the leadership and let them know, how it all worked together to just have a good culture.
That's interesting. I think culture is very difficult. It's a word that a lot of people, like a lot of organizations, throw around.
Yeah.
But it's like so seldom done well.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to master because everyone's important, right? And your emergency is the only emergency, right? And so you just gotta figure out how to pair those and balance them and figure out how yours actually benefits the others. And so it's a difficult thing to master.
And we got a job to get done.
Yeah, at the end of the day, and to be profitable,
Yeah.
right? To eliminate waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So where did your road take you after Pantex?
So then I left Pantex and I went down to New Orleans. Went to New Orleans, and that's when further got into security, started being the FSO for Phillips 66, the refinery, and started leading a security organization there. Actually was working with Securitas at the time, right? And so didn't know anything about the private sector. I knew about, the federal space. And then I got into, the whole refinery infrastructure, MTSAs, and learning everything about Coast Guard regulations. And that was a real exciting time for me. A difficult but exciting time.
To put a pause on the professional pathway, it sounds like New Orleans is perfect for you, just from what I've talked about here with the love
Yep.
of music and entertainment and the culture, and
Yep, it's a thing, man.
you love it.
Oh man, I love it. I didn't think I was. I was so rooted in Amarillo. This is what I knew. This is where I came from. And then I got a taste of New Orleans. The food put on my initial 20, 30 pounds, right, from eating well.
Of course.
And then just got into the culture of New Orleans. It's a rich culture, just of people, jazz, blues. It's my speed. Yeah, it's my speed.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it there.
Because it's like fast in a slow way, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So not too fast. Everybody's moving at their own pace. It's the big easy. Oh, it's gonna be all right. Don't worry about it. And then it's like, get it done, get it done, get it done.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's a good place. I
Cool.
love it.
How long have you been there?
Man, I've been there 10 years.
10
A little
years.
over 10 years, right? Yeah, it doesn't feel like it, but yeah, I've been there 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I cannot even imagine what considering security operations for like coastal oil refineries.
Yeah.
It's like quite a bit, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's a different thing, but coming from Pantex, right, and the regulations and the restrictions, it's a smooth transition, right?
Yeah.
How we think about safety and security. But yeah, it was different to see the actual refinery and the smells of the refinery and the people, right? That it's totally different night and day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you go from that to what you're doing now? Like, take me through that transition and tell me what your current work is.
Okay. So currently, I'm a general manager for Ally Universal, but they were in that refinery space, and
Okay.
a lot of security companies. It's what I like to call the biggest company that you probably never heard about, right? So Allied is the third largest employer in North America and seventh in the world, the largest security organization in the world. And so
They're so secretive.
No, actually not. They're everywhere. We're everywhere, almost close to 1 million of us. But did that, and they acquired the contract that I had for Securitas, and I met a guy, man, still to this day, man, real good friends, one of my best friends, right, Steve. And I was going to go to another refinery, and it didn't work out. And then the contract came around to where they acquired it. and I knew him, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I work with this guy, and I became like this director of operations and started running all of the refineries in that Gulf Coast, kind of overseeing those managers like I was.
Yeah.
Met another guy, came in, Michael, taught me the other side of the business. And then, he passed away and the opportunity came my way, uh, and became this general manager, right, for Southeast Louisiana. And that's how it happened. It's just about I was in the right places at the right time and knew the right people.
So I always appreciate when people say that, but I know that it's more than luck.
Yeah.
So I'd like to push you a little bit. What makes you good at what you do?
Man, I truly believe in security. I truly believe in safety and the people. Invested my time in it. I graduated while I was there from Wayland Baptist with my master's.
What'd you get
Uh,
your master's in?
yeah, Homeland Security, Emergency Management. So a Master of
Cool.
Public Administration from there, and really used those tools when I did the ombudsman stuff, met with the different security leaders from around the world, and just was able to, from the safety culture aspect of being able to deal with all levels of employees, had the mindset of an officer as well, right? So I was an officer. I knew what management wanted, how it led, how things connected, also the profitable piece, how important that was, and so it just all came together. I would say we're one of the best in the country, right? My branch, I would say that.
Yeah.
The stats say it.
Well, there you go. That's what it takes.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe some people skills from back when you were being a promoter.
Yeah, learning how to mingle with everybody, but Amarillo really brings that out. I mean, to be honest, coming from Amarillo, a diverse community, dealing with all levels of people, we're all together. You don't know who you're sitting by, and then of course the promoter part, figuring out how to connect with people, how to draw people into you, and that's yeah. Now that you say that, right? So it all came together. Yeah,
Nice.
past the present.
If you're starting or growing a small business and need some cash, let me tell you about Amarillo Venture Capital. They are a Hey Amarillo sponsor. They're locally owned, and what makes them different is they don't just invest in businesses. They invest in people. So whether you need $5,000 or $50,000, they offer flexible asset-based loans, often with funding in a week or less. And it's not just the money. They can connect you with their local network of legal, accounting, and business resources to help you succeed. Check them out at AmarilloVentureCapital.com. There's this thing around here called the Northside Toy Drive.
Yeah. Yes, it's a thing. Yeah.
It's a thing, yeah.
It's a thing, yeah.
Tell me the story of the Northside Toy Drive. Today you are the president of the
Yeah.
Northside Toy Drive, which
Yep.
I assume is its own nonprofit. And
Yep.
Yeah. What's that about?
Man, to be honest, a guy had his own toy drive at the time and asked for some help.
When was this?
This was 14 years ago. And I said, man, I'll help you out. Let me call a couple of my friends up. So called a couple people up. It was 25 of us in rain. And yeah, we helped 25 kids. And that was the thing. I never forget it. That was out of my own pocket that time. I remember those conversations. It was like, what? I didn't know y'all could eat and drink this much. But we raised those funds and we gave to the North Branch YMCA. It needed an organized group at the time, and did that a couple of times, and it just, more people heard about it, and it was about being a blessing to others, but also about fellowship and bringing the party together, right? Bringing the people together, and just Christmas is such a feel-good time, right? And so it's like everyone is, in their festive moods and feeling good, and just wants to help people, and that's what Amarillo is. It's kind of that, hand up, not hand out type of place, and it just grew. More people just heard about it, and we went from 25 kids to 2,000 families, and paying the Atmos energy bills, and yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a remarkable thing. Anytime I get to talk to somebody who has built something like that, I always find it really fascinating because it's really hard to build things that last and that have
Yeah.
impact. And I'm sure that you and the people that have poured blood, sweat, and tears into the toy drive for 14 years have gone through those. So reflect a little bit on the journey that it's taken from that first 25 kiddos out of your pocket to what the toy drive is today.
Um, so the first 2 years, it was an individual effort. Can't take out, Mariah, hooked up with her, the judge, Thomas Jones, and they kind of mentored me and got me started in the path with it. And then Keith Grace, he's like, and this is bigger than this corner, and he had the space in this moment, and we kind of
Yep.
went down there. He actually coached me into, you have to organize this, right? And so first thing you got to do is get a board, and so we had to learn how to actually build a nonprofit. And so we had to assemble the board, and I was a member at Tascosa Country Club at the time, and I called like 10 people that I knew I trusted, and we met in a small corner, and I said, hey, this is what I want to do. And they all came together. They were on other boards. They were true professionals. Everyone was true professionals. And they started bringing those different resources and ideas together and how this is built. And we had lawyers, and now we have accountants, and it just grew, right? People just started investing their past experiences into the toy drive. And the interesting thing about it is no one gets paid, right? So it's not one that's salary driven, and the benefit, is financial gain. It's all heart. And so I think that's the reason it grows like it grows, because it's truly, to be a part of it, the reward is truly just a smile from a kid. And so you have to be invested to be a part of it. And the people that are, they're the reason why it grew, right? Because they're truly invested in the project.
So I caught you while you're in town. You guys have a golf tournament tomorrow.
Yeah.
Talk about like what all the toy drive is now. I know I've been to the rooftop party. Like, yeah, give me the lay of the land of like what y'all do now.
So now what we do college scholarships, right? So we have a golf tournament. A lot of different players, company, corporate sponsors, come together, and that's how we fund our scholarships. So we give scholarships now. At one time, we were doing financial literacy programs, right?
Cool.
Then transition over to, of course, what people know of, right? The black tie, the party. So there's that. And then you have the true party, right? The giveaway. That's when we team up with all these different community services, and I mean, it's amazing to see what started in a yoga studio at the YMCA to be where now we have these huge gymnasiums that we rent out, and helicopters flying in. One year, Santa flew in on a helicopter at North Heights, and now we went from motorcycle trailers to like semis pulling up, and partnerships from the local community to now like Walmart and Amazon and
Wow.
Ally Universal and Coca-Cola and Pepsi and
For toys and sponsorships and stuff?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so it's a thing now, right? It's like, that's when people say, "Well, what is it?" I was like, it's a thing. It has its own name and its own like motor.
Yeah, a whole force.
Yeah, yeah, and to be honest, you just never know what it's gonna do next. I'll be honest, you just don't know. You get a call one day and it's like, hey, who is this? This is Coca-Cola. Hey, we got 100 computers for you.
Oh
And,
my gosh.
it's Ally Universal. Hey, we believe in what you do for us. And hey, tagline, right? We're there for you. And they show up in droves, and it's like Walmart is like in every city, and they show up, and so you just don't know what's next. And then of course, Amarillo National Bank and these people, all of these people that you looked at as like these huge corporate
Like
presence.
inaccessible.
Yeah, you can't get to them.
Yeah.
And now they're knocking. And it's
Wow.
like, hey, we believe in what you're doing. So is it like, that's why I say it's a thing. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. It feels like, and by all means, correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like the community really drives where the toy drive moves. Is
That
that
that's it. That's it. The price of admission is the same today as it was 14 years ago, and that's to bring a toy. People bring toys, people bring bikes, and of course, the party has always been the engine.
well, because you throw a good party?
Yeah, that's a party. I believe, and that's why I love New Orleans, right? Everything's worth being celebrated.
Oh.
Yeah, the community leads it. Everywhere that we've ever given toys, I've attended a program there. So the first year, YMCA, I was a part of something called the Yes program years ago, right? And so I was there, and it was a free program, summer camp, after school stuff. I went to the Maverick Boys and Girls Club, and so we gave away there a couple of years. I attended Head Start at North Heights School, um, Paladuro, right? So I graduated from Paladuro, so I get to revisit. I was just getting a haircut, and I was looking out the window. And, hey, look, that's where I went to Head Start at, right? Um, so yeah, the community and just all my life experiences is kind of one of those things where I can't stop thinking about it. Yeah, yeah. I work just as hard on the toy drive as I do my what keeps my lights on.
Yeah, thank you. That's where I was kind of going next. It seems like you're pretty busy with your day job.
Yep.
You don't live here anymore. It sounds like you found, a really lovely spot in New Orleans, and yet, you could have like been grooming someone to take this over in town. You could have left it to, Keith is still super active in the community. I don't know. I imagine there are a lot of people that you could have positioned, but you keep flying in, you keep coming back. Why?
So Amarillo is home to me. Like, so I enjoy coming home, right? It was 100 degrees with humidity when I left, and I flew in, and it was 80 degrees, right? Or I got up this morning, it was 70 degrees, and it's just the smell, right? The smell of money, we call it, right?
Yep.
It's just it's home, and when something has invested in you, you continue to invest in it. I wouldn't be where I was without Amarillo, without the experiences at Carver and the YMCA and the church, right?
What church did you grow up in?
Oh, so I started a New Covenant, and then I really just found my passion for worshiping and serving at Mount Zion under Pastor Collins at the time, and so that's been a driving piece. But I love Amarillo. I still have a home in Amarillo. It's where I want to be. When I'm not in New Orleans, this is people say, where are you going on vacation to? I'm going home, right? I come here and I refuel. So when I first left and I went to New Orleans, I felt like I was on deployment, right? I'm there for a mission. This is what I'm there for. This is home. And so I had this military mindset of I have to make it. And then I would come home and I would get all the hugs and love, and I would get refueled, and then I would go back out and I would come back. So yeah, this is my refuel spot. This is where I come and I feel the love and support, and this is it. Yeah.
Well, to say that you gave back to the place that raised you, I think you sufficiently have.
Yeah, but it's not just me. It's 11 of us now. So there's a whole board. I call them power players.
Sure.
That put this thing together, and that's that round table discussion of I have an idea, but I need y'all to pull this off, right? And I'm headstrong. I have these visions, and they fine tune them. And I'll say I have an idea, and everybody will just put their heads down like, oh God, what is this? The toy drive was a small idea. I said I have a little idea that I want to do, and so every little idea turns into being this thing that grows on its own.
Yeah. What's next for the toy drive?
I really want to get to low to moderate income housing, so that's next, right? And so building those low to moderate complexes, right, throughout Amarillo, different areas, looking at properties now. to try to grow it to the next level to where we're actually giving back and to where the families that are coming to the toy drive are receiving vouchers for rental assistance and finding them places to live and just bettering the community and giving people that opportunity. It's about a second chance and not being judged for needing help. And just being that I just want to be that umbrella for people, right? You come under this protection. If I was at the domino table, I said, come under this wing, right? I got you covered.
Yeah. The hospital project is really great.
Yeah, I seen some cool.
Starting some of that stuff is cool.
Yeah. So similar, right? But just some. So what New Orleans showed me was what they could do with small spaces. Right, and so they take these small spaces and make them these grand things. And so coming from Amarillo, my mindset was like, I had this huge home and I gotta have this huge piece of property to do these amazing things. So they're taking small spaces by square footage and using them and making them beneficial. Right, and so I think that's what we can do with the toy drive is get these small units, but dress them up, have them look like the brownstones that are in New York and in Baltimore, or the standalone shotgun houses that are in New Orleans. Things that have character, and it doesn't look like, oh, you live there. It looks like, oh, you live there. This is nice.
That's such an interesting perspective because New Orleans is kind of like landlocked by the ocean. Yeah. And yet Amarillo, we just think we have all the space in the world. So that is such a different perspective. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think finally, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the importance of building support systems and programs from within a community. North Heights and North Amarillo has such a vibrant community and such a really strong community network tissue. Mm-hmm. And it's, clearly you all have contributed to that greatly.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to phrase, but I think the building within and having community members that are within the community put some skin in the game. The driving force is to do something good, not to do something to be great. Right? Because if you're just good at something consistently, it will turn into a great thing. I think there's a lot of underutilized opportunities and spaces to where we all could be coming together to do things in a project, right? So you have a lot of different organizations that do a lot of great things, but it would be good for all organizations to come together for one project a year to make it a great thing. Everybody's doing good things, but just trying to figure out how to pull everyone together for one purpose to do something great. It's some stuff. The Gotcha Girls doing great things. Partners of ours in this organization, 101 Elite Men and NAACP and the church organizations. But the other thing, to be honest, and this is what grew the toy drive, is the diversity of support and participation, right? That's how you truly grow it, is to bring players in from all sides of town, all walks of life, all levels, of education, and then it starts driving itself, right? So now you got the workers that just want to work, you got the leaders who want to lead, you have the planners that want to plan, and you have those that want to do stuff just to feel good.
I would love to tell you about Ingenic Dental Studio here in town. Dr. Jake Motery is my family's dentist, and he and his staff give us just the best family dental experience. But his practice and expertise go so much further than my kids' cavities and my routine cleanings. Dr. Motery specializes in cosmetic and implant dentistry. I've seen some of the work he's done, and it is just gorgeous. It's nothing over the top, very natural looking, but with results that really change a person's whole look. So if you're looking for family or personal dental care, or for a more aesthetically enhancing experience, check out Ingenic Dental Studio online or at their location on Georgia next to Market Street and Steak Express. All right, I'm back with Elton Bradley II. This is a part of the show we call 8 Straight. I've got 8 questions for you. You ready?
Yep.
When you think of Amarillo 10 years from now, what do you hope for?
I hope for the population to be about 400,000, but a lot of more business, more on the national scale coming into Amarillo, investing into Amarillo is what I hope to see to grow the economy.
Nice. When was the last time you went to Paladuro Canyon?
About 30 years ago, I was racing mountain bikes through Paladura Canyon as a kid.
Oh, as a kid, how fun. Do you still bike?
No,
No.
no, not at all.
Yeah. Other than wind, what does this area have too much of?
Land, which is a great thing. So it's not a negative, but from where I am, I never see this much land anywhere.
Yeah, it is. We've got a lot of that. And what does this area not have enough of?
I would say diversity, right? Diversity and inclusion is what I feel it doesn't have enough of.
What is your favorite local building?
Yeah, right now it's Crush. I love that rooftop at Crush. That's my favorite, but I look for the Santa Fe sign when I fly in every day.
Ah, I love that. Favorite local restaurant?
Rain.
Yeah, you're a Rain fan?
I'm a Rain fan. Penny, that's my people. That's where the toy drive started, and I love the monkey balls and the Cajun sushi rolls.
What do you mean that's where it started? Is that where y'all started like meeting, coming together, or what?
That's where the toy drive started.
Really?
Yeah, it started in Rain in the corner. She gave me 2 couches and half the bar space.
Aw, cool. I'm happy to know that. Okay, you've got 4 hours to spend in Amarillo with someone who's never been here. What are you doing?
So I'm taking them to all of my favorite restaurants. So we're going to the Metropolitan, we're going to Delvin's, we're going to the Weekends, then we're going downtown. And then I'm taking them around the loop so they can actually see how big Amarillo truly is.
A much more built out loop now than when you were living here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. I went to the Part 3. This is like a thing. Everybody's out there golfing. So many different restaurants. It doesn't even look the same.
No.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
I know. Now I'll just like accidentally blow past Sansi, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'd meant to get off. 'Cause
Yeah.
Used to Sansi was the edge of town, you know?
Yeah. And now it's grown and the outskirts are built up now and there's different stuff everywhere.
Yep. What do you think people get wrong about Amarillo?
It's a small town, small town, right? So when people ask me where I'm from, I tell them Amarillo, and I tell them the population, and they kind of look and say, "Man, that's pretty small." But it's Amarillo services so many industries throughout the country that people never thought of. Like I tell people, this is the beef capital, right? This is Bomb City. This is where Pantex is, and you know, wealth-wise and money-wise, right? I mean, there's a lot of wealth in Amarillo, and when you're in New York or you're in New Orleans and you're telling people where you're from, and they kind of look at it, and I'm like, have you ever been to Amarillo to see like what we have, what our downtown looks like, or what the restaurants look like, or you know, Amarillo National Bank being one of the largest family-owned bank in the country,
Yeah.
right? Or like, do you really know about Amarillo? And so all they know is Amarillo by morning, right? George Strait when I hear it. But I think it's one of the best cities, I mean, in the country. So yeah, that's one. Yeah, we're not small town people.
Yeah.
We're from a smaller place, but we impact the country, literally, and the world.
That's a great way of laying it out. I like that. That's very good. Okay, that concludes 8 Straight. I like to end these episodes with offering my guests the opportunity to endorse something. So something that if a listener hasn't tried in town, hasn't done, do more of, what would you endorse for someone?
I would say go on an appetizer tour. So on my Saturdays, you know, in New Orleans, I go on what we call an appetizer tour, right? And so I go to different restaurants and I try different cocktails and pair them with appetizers, and you get to see all the different things that Amarillo would have to offer, right? So you start on Sansi and work your way in downtown, and you just realize there's so much that you've never seen.
Sounds like a lovely Saturday.
Yeah, it's a time, right? It's a time, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, Elton, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know that your time is limited while you're here, and I appreciate you giving me a little bit of, and thank you for giving back to the city that brought you up.
Yeah. No, man, I thank the city for welcoming me back and yeah, giving me the fuel to conquer whatever's coming my way.
That concludes the episode. Thank you to Elton for the interview. Thank you to Amarillo Venture Capital and Ingenic Dental Studio for supporting the podcast, and to Broderick Adams for editing every week. Executive producers on this episode are Jim and Barbara Whitten. And thank you for listening. This has been episode 460 of Hey Amarillo. I'm Skylar Gallup, and we do hope you'll listen again next week.